When Asa said that she would rather kill a human being than kill a cat, I resonated with that, and it started to move her up the list of top waifus. Because I feel the same way, despite the fact that as soon as I started recording this video, my cat started playing with a paper bag in the other room and was making a shit ton of noise, so I had to yell at him, but I didn't mean it. Deep down, I still love him, but I'm trying to make a video. He doesn't understand, if I don't make videos, I can't buy the bags for him to play with. It's very important. But listen, this chapter was awesome. This might have been my favorite chapter so far in part 2 of Chainsaw Man, and I know it's still too early to say, but I'm really enjoying part 2 of Chainsaw Man. I think I like it more than part 1. I really do. So this chapter sets up a bunch of mystery, and it's working great because there is a lot of pieces out there on the chessboard right now of this manga, of building up to part 2, a lot of mystery, and I enjoy the mystery. I enjoy trying to uncover things. I enjoy seeing a little bit of pieces of the puzzle kind of fit in here and there, and that's what this chapter did great, because at the end of the last chapter, we saw that Yuko was killed by assumingly Chainsaw Man, but we saw the shadowy figure of Chainsaw Man, and you know, a manga doesn't just do that to do that, right? If it was showing that, if it wanted us to know that Denji Chainsaw Man was the one that killed Yuko, it would have just shown us. But the fact that it showed us on a silhouette figure of a potential of this happening, well, that leaves questions to be answered. Is this actually Chainsaw Man? Is this something else? Is this mankind's fear of Chainsaw Man manifesting into a new devil? So is this the Chainsaw Man devil? Because in this world of Chainsaw Man, that is something that I feel like could actually happen, but I'm gonna go in a slightly different direction. So Asa returns to the school, to the aftermath of the battle, and we see pretty much the heads of the devil fighting club of the school. Most notably, one of the girls in it was the one that called Asa little sister and supposedly gave Yuko the resurrection that she had, made her more powerful before she was killed. But she doesn't say anything in this scene. And Yoru doesn't seem to recognize her as well. So this is the strange part, because you would imagine if she was one of the 4 horsemen, if she was famine or death, which I suspected that she was the death devil, that because of that, you know, Yoru would immediately recognize who she was. Even if she was inhabiting a different body or something like that, you would imagine that she would still be able to pick up on, you know, whatever kind of, I don't know, devil aura she had, just the presence of her. You would think that she'd be able to recognize it in some way, but she doesn't. And so that leads to a bunch of other questions. Also, she didn't speak during this interaction, and maybe that would have been the key. Maybe that would have been the trigger for Yoru to recognize her in some way. I don't know. Instead, we get the president of the club that comes up and introduces himself and knows how well that Asa did during that battle and offers her to be part of the Devil Club. And she wonders about Chainsaw Man. She said she'd heard rumors that Chainsaw Man was part of the Devil's Club. And remember that Asa has only seen Denji as Denji and Chainsaw Man as Chainsaw Man. She didn't see the transformation. She's still not aware of the connection. And this guy, I wrote his name down because I couldn't remember, Haruka just immediately reveals himself to be supposedly Chainsaw Man. He lifts up his shirt and we see the same pull cord, you know, power cord, in order to turn Denji into Chainsaw Man that he has. And he reveals himself as saying, like, I'm Chainsaw Man. Now, obviously he is not, but I'm wondering now if he is, obviously, I don't think he's the real true president. He might be the president in title, but he's not the leader of this group. The leader of this group is clearly that girl. And she might have some kind of ability in order to give other people the things that they desire. Because Yuko's transformation afterwards, you know, where she was kind of, when she went to go visit Asa's door in the last chapter, it was different. It was a little bit strange. It was a little bit different than the type of devil transformation that we were used to seeing. And if this guy maybe wanted to be Chainsaw Man or wanted to have Chainsaw Man-like abilities, maybe this character can grant that to him in some way, but it's a false kind of makeshift version. So maybe she takes whatever awareness she has of their ability or of what the devil can do and gives it to somebody else, but it doesn't quite work out right. This is headcanon, this is theory. But obviously there's no way that this guy is Chainsaw Man, even if mankind's fears manifested into the fear of Chainsaw Man, I don't think that you would have the same type of human transformation. Like, I don't know, forgive me, I'm not like the best person in the world when it comes to Chainsaw Man lore. There's a lot of stuff from part 1 I forgot because I read it like a year and a half ago. But I don't think that it would work like that. I don't know. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that you would manifest into a human that could transform the same way. I think it would just be the devil version of Chainsaw Man, but I don't know. Regardless, the theory and headcanon that I am going with is that whoever this female character is able to grant these makeshift abilities to people, and I think that she is the true leader of the Devil Hunting Club. I think this guy is a mask. He's a facade. He's meant to present himself as the leader, and obviously he's not actually Chainsaw Man. And the other two characters, we also don't see them speak, and I'm sure that they are also being either controlled or manipulated by her in some way. Not in the same way that Makima would manipulate people, but still being a member of the Four Horsemen, you would still have this power over people and being able to either grant them something that they would want. I don't know, but that's what I'm going with for now. But anyways, since he revealed himself as Chainsaw Man, you know, the question arises, why didn't Yoru want to fight him and attack him on the spot? And the reason is because she feels unconfident in her ability since they couldn't even take out Yuko, and so she wants a more powerful weapon than the uniform that Asa had. So they're kind of like wondering what they could use to do it. Asa's going along for the ride because she wants to be rid of this. But at the same time, like I said in my last reviews, that their goals, their ideas, their aspirations start to kind of coincide over time. They've started to become a lot more alike. And even Yoru is being a little bit more like Asa, being a little bit less confident, right? But Asa is also being a little bit more like Yoru, where she is willing to throw down and she's willing to do these things. She's willing to do darker things to accomplish a larger goal. And that leads us to the second half of this chapter, is trying to figure out what would be an adequate weapon to go up against Chainsaw Man. You know, something you like, something that's close to you, something that you could use like that, like the cat. But we can't kill cats because that's not cool. That's not cool. People, yes. Cats, no. And that's a philosophy I've lived by myself, so I completely understand and respect that. Then we see Denji, who's picking up litter on the ground. He's picking up cigarettes. What a nice guy. What a nice, thoughtful guy, taking care of his community, you know, doing the right thing, picking up some litter. Like, what a great thing to do after school in your extracurricular time, is to kind of take care of your community, right? Well, he picks up all the cigarettes. He rolls them into he rolls all the tobacco into new cigarettes, and he starts selling it to homeless people and making a profit off of people's used cigarette butts. So Asa sees this, and I can tell already that this is going to be the beginning of an actual ship. All right, this is actually going to happen. I've been theorizing this since nearly the beginning of part 2, that Asa and Denji are actually going to become a legitimate couple at some point. Now, the intention here is to kill Denji, all right? But listen, Denji's dealt with this before. I mean, he's admitted it himself. Every chick that comes onto him is trying to kill him or control him in some way. And you know what? Isn't that kind of like real life, fellas? I mean, come on. No, but she straight up asks him on a date. He's like, what? And he just goes with it. He's like, yeah. Now, I'm sure in the back of Denji's mind, he thinks there's probably something fishy with this. There's probably something up with this. But I don't think he's really going to care too much. He's going to go with it, and he's going to try to get whatever he can out of it. As well as Asa is going to be looking for him to draw this some sort of connection so that she is able to use him as a weapon. But it's all going to come together and explode. I would imagine at some point she is going to mention the fact that Chainsaw Man is working within the Devil Hunters Club of the school. That's going to cause Denji to feel and think some kind of way. If they bring each other into each other's lives, if she goes to Denji's place and she sees the dogs and Nayuta, or, you know, if that's a version of the Control Devil, if Yoru is going to recognize that as opposed to something else. I don't know, man. There's a lot that could happen with this. And I think that during the course of it, even though they will probably hate each other at first, I think that they're going to build a connection between Denji and Asa that's going to be legitimate. And I think that at some point, maybe Asa will be the first girl in Denji's life that he can actually form a legitimate connection with. And where it's going to go from there, I don't know. And we might even have like the antithesis of that on the other side, whoever the other female character is in the devil hunting group with this kind of makeshift Chainsaw Man. We might have like this couple throwdown. I don't even know. All I can say is wherever the direction of this story is going, I'm enjoying it. I'm a fan, and I'm excited to see what happens next. So if you guys have read chapter 112 of Chainsaw Man, let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. Share your thoughts, theories, ideas, opinions. You know, who do you think the fake Chainsaw Man is? Like, what do you think is going on with that? Let me know what you think down below. Other than that, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I really do appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please comment below to help it in the algorithm. Also, if you would like to, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I am going to try to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I don't know if I can. It's going to be close, but if you helped me get there, I would really, really, really appreciate it. So other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time.